and welcome everyone. This is Alok's business storytelling show, and this is the premium episode today. We are starting. I'm starting for the very first show, and today we are here. So, welcome and thank you for this wonderful response for this business storytelling show. I'm really delighted and I'm really thankful to every one of you to boost my confidence in terms of starting this new show. And this is all about stories, my business stories, my learnings, and how I have taken out some gist of some learnings which has helped me over a period of time in my business. So, are you guys excited for this particular show? I cannot see this is one-sided show, but I definitely want your comments and all. I'll be opening the chat as well. If anybody is watching me live, they can do comments here so that I know who all people are watching me live. And definitely, I'm going to make it crazy, crazy, crazy. I have learned storytelling, and I wanted to tell you that stories are the shortest distance between two hearts. Yes, since our early stages of our life, since we were kids, we used to listen to stories, right? From papa, mama, grandma, granda, whatever you name it, elder brother, sister, we have learned it. We know how stories connect emotionally. So, this particular storytelling show has been designed in such a way that with each story, you will be having one outcome. Yes, you need to find out that outcome. I'm not going to tell you, right? So, I'm going to just start with my very first story. And this story is all about my journey. As I said, this journey which I started long back, but the story is specifically towards one incident of my life, which is when I was about to get admission in my engineering college, right? So here I go. So I was selected from the competitive examination. I was ranked AIR 3, All India rank 3, sorry, All India rank 30 in the college, which was a national uh, entrance examination conducted across the various top tier 1 and tier 2 cities in India. And I was about to take admission. So at that time, I'm talking about year 1998, right? So this long back, you know how long it has been, around 26 years now. So that time everybody used to go there with their parents. Since my father was diagnosed with blood cancer at that time, I was uh, supposed to go alone. Yes, I didn't want to bother my father, my papa, and doctor has advised him to take rest, so I was all alone. So how I planned it, right? Next day, let's say, I was residing, my village is around 700 kilometers away from where my college was. So what happened is, I planned my tickets so that I reach the city one day before. I stayed there with one of my relatives, and next day early morning, I hired a auto, and I was supposed to go and report to the college authorities, pay the fee, and all those things. So what I did was, at that time, I don't know whether you people of my age can relate to it. We used to have bigger holdalls. We used to call beddings, in which we used to keep our blankets, quilts, pillows, and there used to be another bag or a suitcase full of our daily use clothes. So I had two, three luggages. I reserved an auto. I moved from there. I reached the campus. Now the situation is clear. I want you to visualize like a student going to take admission in engineering college with all the auto full of baggages. And I reached the campus, and there was a big gate. The guard saw me and he asked me where to go. I said, I'm a new student, I'm going to take admission, this is the reporting time, and he allowed me to get into the college campus. I stopped at the administrative building, right? And then the game started. So I hope you all are enjoying. Please do comment, do write something so that I can keep on talking more and more. So this story is gonna be not more than 15-20 minutes, and it will give you one outcome which you have to tell me. Okay, so I am there at the campus. Mind it, visualize that a young guy standing near the administrative building with all those big luggages around, right? Nobody to help. And yes, I did had money to pay the fee. So after reaching there, I found that almost everyone, I would say, everyone was there with one of the guardians. Either both the parents were there, or either father was there. Somehow everybody was there with somebody or the other. I was the one who had nobody with him except the blessing of my parents and obviously the God. So first of all, I wanted to make sure that I'm at the right place, and I wanted to check the time, the reporting time. So I was before time. I went to the administrative block, but before going to the administrative block, mind it, I had lots of luggage. Where to keep that luggage? So that was a big challenge. I knew nobody there. So I was looking for somebody who gels with me. So similar frequencies attract, you attract your own tribe kind of a person. So I found one of the guys along with his father, and he was also obviously like me, waiting to take admission, do the formalities, right? So what I did was I approached him. I actually greeted his father, and I said, uh, if I'm okay with to talk in English and Hindi, that's okay. I said, okay, chalo, let me continue in English as well. I greeted his father saying, Uncle, I'm alone here and I have lots of luggage here with me. I want to go to the administrative block to submit the fee. Have you done it? So he said, yes, we have deposited the fee. Now we are waiting for the hostel to be allotted, right? So I said, can you please help me taking care of the luggage? Like, because I too belong to the same community, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to take admission. Thank you, Ananji, for watching me live. Thank you so much. So I went to the counter. I paid the fee. I took the receipt, and then I was all with my luggage with my new friend, and his name was Santosh. So Santosh was again into my branch only. So we both together now. I had one friend, so I made a friend in just particular 5 minutes of a time, and then everybody was waiting. People who had deposited the money, they were waiting for the hostel warden or the other formalities, so that we know which hostel we are being allotted and which room we are being allotted, right? So then came, after 15-20 minutes, a hostel warden, and he said that you all people need to report to that particular hostel. The name of the hostel was ADC hostel, and we were supposed to report there. So everybody, again, I took help of my friend because he was having less luggage compared to me, because I had to travel around 700 kilometers. So he helped me, and we all reached that particular hostel. There I found one subordinate of the hostel warden, and he was distributing some forms, so that we fill the form, the name, the other details, the payment receipt number, or the blah 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 other things, so that our documents are processed and we are allotted one particular room, right? So we immediately did it, and since me, Santosh, were the first ones, literally to reach there. Actually there were many, but we were the first one to reach there, so we had the early bird advantage, I would say, to meet the warden. But he was like maintaining a distance. And the person, the subordinate of the hostel warden, he was quite familiar. And while talking, I found out that he belongs to Nepal. And me being coming from a near native of Nepal, I could say my village is very close to Nepal border. So I immediately made a friendship kind of a thing, wherein I said that, sir, I'm also from your place. He said, where? I said, this place, which is very near to Nepal border. And there was a familiarity established, and he was like, okay, fine. So what do you want? I said, sir, he's my friend, and we both have come together here. So I would like to go with him. So please allot me a room where me too, because I knew that it is a two-bedded room which we are going to be allotted. So he said, fine, I'll look into it, because the process was something else. The process was based on the marks or based on the grading. So something was there which he did not share. So I said, sir, why don't you help me do this? So he was not comfortable on the very first instance, but I stayed there. Now more people were coming in, and he was, now what he did was, I stood nearby him. I said, can I help you? So I said, okay, why don't you take these forms and distribute to the newcomers of your same batch? So I said, fine, I'll do it. So I took a few of the forms which he gave me, and I started distributing it to other people who were willing to get into the hostel. So that was my first instance where I started unofficially. I started helping him without saying and without expecting anything, right? So what happened is, now I became a mediator between my own batchmates and the hostel authorities, right? So this way my journey started. So when I think, based on the number of seats available, I think everybody was given a form, and most of the people were in time because they had to deposit the money and everything. So now the list was ready. Once the forms were collected, he told me to create a list, and out of that he told me to couple two people together so that he can just allot a room number based on the names. Two names, one room, right? So I was now, and he told me unofficially that why don't you put you and your friend Santosh together, and I'll give you one room. My work was done. So that is how it started. So I made a list. I took help of Santosh, obviously, and we made a list. And with two people, combining two people together, I asked him to put a room number so that everybody, and that has to be displayed on the notice board so that everybody knows who their roommate is, and which room is allotted to what people. So that is how it's all started. And yes, so that was my first win without even having a prior relationship with anybody, even not even in the city, I would say. He was a distant relative, where I stayed for one night and then I came back to the hostel. I didn't have any place to stay except for the hostel. So on the very first day, I made friends. Number one, Santosh, who became my roommate later on. Yes, only the paper formalities were lagging. The moment the paper formalities were done, me and Santosh got the keys and we started shifting our baggages to our rooms, right? And parallelly, I built a relationship with the subordinate of the hostel warden who was indirectly favoring me just because I did something for him, and I made a relationship just by saying that I'm very close to, I also come from a place which is very close to your place. So that was the very first incident where I saw that, okay, how did I do it? I was not aware. Nobody told me, nobody taught me to do all these things. It was the requirement of the time as well. My own, presence of mind, you can say, where I wanted to contribute in terms of having some favor, you can say, because that was a favor. If Santosh had not been my roommate, there could be have been somebody else, and nothing wrong in that. But when you have a preference and you are given that preference, obviously it looks better, right? So what I did was, just by making friends, number one, an unknown person a friend, and an authority, by doing something, I took some favorable help from him. So that was my first win. And there are multiple stories related to how I build personal relationship with other people. So now I'm just concluding this episode, which is the first episode of this particular Alok's business storytelling show, because I want you to make a conclusion out of this particular story. What did you learn, and how I utilize it for future growth, whether it was relationship building into my own friend circle, in my college, and in my business as well. So I want you to comment on this particular video wherever you are seeing me, whether it is on Facebook or whether it is on YouTube. Please do mention what was your key takeaway. This story seems very, normal, but understand a guy who is all alone, going to take admission in an engineering college, doing all those formalities on his own, taking help of some new people, and obviously building relationship with some authorities so that my life becomes easier. Was it helpful? Was it fruitful? Did you take out some gold nuggets from it? If yes, please do comment and listen to my another episode, which is again going to relate to my one of the stories related to hostel, and you'll be enjoying these stories because there are lots of ups and downs in my stories. This was very flat actually, because reaching to the college, doing these formalities, everybody does that. What's new in that? The new thing will be coming soon in another next episodes, and this story will keep on continuing. I need your blessings, I need your love, and I need your comments as well, so that I keep on doing all these episodes one by one. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this story. Do let me know what was your key takeaway and what conclusion you took out from this story. I want you to put it in the comments, right? Thank you so much. And thank you once again for being a part of my journey. I look forward to many more such stories. Yes, Divya, I can see you are there watching me on YouTube. Thank you so much. I wish I could bring any one of you on the show, but this I'll be doing after certain episodes are done. Yes, I'll definitely give people chance to join me live here on this show as well. That is my next step. But I want to first create some stories. I want you to listen to me and I want you to give me some feedbacks so that I keep on improving. I'm a learner. I'm a forever learner. I keep on updating myself. I keep on, learning and adding to my skills and abilities. So if there is some mistake, I accept it. I have to improve on it, I know. But yes, your blessings are more required. Thank you so much. Thanks, Divya, and thank you, Anandji, for your lovely presence here. I'm looking forward to such more. Thank you, Mevesh. Thank you so much. And I'm really blessed that you people have been so supportive to me. And yes, there are a lot of learnings. Everybody has those learnings. I'm putting those learnings in the form of stories so that I can give you the life learnings. And I'm talking about the stories which started in 1998. It's been 26 years now, right? Mind it. So there are lots of stories. Even I could have started even prior to that, but I thought let me have a benchmarking from now onwards, like getting into my engineering college onwards, because I had lots of emotions. I have lots of life learnings when I entered into my college. Lots of things happened which I'll be covering in my other stories. But stay with me, stay connected, and thank you so much once again. Yeah, thank you, and God bless. Thank you so much for your support. See you next Tuesday again at 7 p.m. IST on the same channels.